Level 2 warm up. Here we go. Just groove a little bit. All right, prepare to drop your hips. Drop, hip, drop, hip, drop, hip, transition. Drop, hip, drop, hip. And shake your shoulders, lift your chest, lift, drop, lift, drop. Tiny jumps with shabby fingers, left and back, grapevine. Forward and back, and wash your face, lift, forward and back, grapevine. Forward and back, and brush your hair, lift, 1, 2, 3, lift. Lift. West Coast swing, here we go, drop, drop, drop. Transition, drop, drop, drop. Here we go, lift, drop, lift. Shake your shoulders, same time. Up. Grapevine. Wash your face. Lift. Brush your hair. Lift. 1, 2, 3. Arabesque. Lift. West Coast and. Hi, so this is a little technique breakdown of what we typically use for my level 2 more advanced class in our warm-up, okay? So starting in the beginning, we prepared and we have our standard drop twist. So I'm going to do it toward you first. Let's do it on this side. We have, let's see my feet, and drop, and drop, and drop, and drop, and. So you can see with this, sometimes when we're relaxing at home, you see people doing this, okay? But we're teaching you to be more belly dancey for the stage. So I need your posture to be nice and upright. Shoulders are down, even when our hands come up, okay? We want to maintain space between the shoulder and the ear, okay? And you can see with this, my hip is always going down, even on the release of the foot. But you can see, you can actually think of this as drop, up, twist, down, drop, up, twist, down, drop, up, twist, down, okay? So sometimes you see people going drop, kick, right? And so if you think about the second part of it, while we need to drop the hip, we also need to twist out toward the front. Because let's see our feet. One of my #1 Phaedra pet peeves, right, is when people either give me a flat foot here. And the reason I twist from my hip is to allow a nice line for the audience to see. So even though we're doing a warm-up, once again, it's good to have proper technique during a warm-up because we do this so repetitively that if you don't practice it correctly, or if you're my student, if you don't practice it, my little Phaedra technique, it will become a bad physical habit. So what we want to do is, in these simple warm-ups, build good physical habits. So it just becomes part of you when you do the move in other contexts, okay? So here we have the nice little presentational arms, drop, kick, drop, kick. It's more of a drop, release the foot, drop, or twist back with the hip. Drop, twist back, drop, twist back, drop, twist back, drop, twist back, okay? And then we do it on the other side. So if I'm facing the mirror, we start out on the right hip and drop, twist, transition. Okay, you know I love a good transition. So what I do here is I'm dropping, twisting the right hip, and then I step through and prepare on the left. Okay, so it's, again, it's not like a thing where you just drop, twist, switch, drop, right? You want to transition through. Okay, so if I was on the right, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, transition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. Okay, and the second thing, I have a step with, we're going to bounce step, yeah? We're going to do like a little step release, little bouncy walk with this, okay? And then 2 more things. So we have our bouncy walk, and on top of that, we're going to layer a shoulder shimmy. So bouncy walk, bouncy walk, bouncy walk, bouncy walk. You know how I feel about a shoulder shimmy. Keep the hands relaxed, keep the shoulders down and relaxed, and they're connected, right? It's a line connecting, right? Da, 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 da. Okay? And the third layer of this, we're gonna lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop with the chest, okay? So remember, the chest lifts don't come from squeezing the shoulders or breathing in hard, right? I don't need you hyperventilating when you're dancing. I want it to come from here. And what do I always say? So we could still sing happy birthday while we're lifting our chest. It has no connection to the breath. Your breath is still free and even as it would be any other way, okay? One thing about a chest lift is we don't want to drop the pelvis. I saw myself almost doing that there, okay? So sometimes if we're lifting the chest, sometimes people tend to also drop the pelvis, and that is not what's going on right now. We're just keeping the pelvis, zip the zipper like we always do, and lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, lift, drop, okay? So that's the second part of that. We go 1, 2, toward the mirror, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then to get backwards, we have our little classic sort of Saidi jump, and then we're gonna do the little shabby thumbs, okay, and roll it toward you, toward you, toward you. So it goes like this. Drop and drop and drop and drop and. So that jump starts on the down, okay, and we're going to start to the right side, meaning opening to the right side. So we have drop and drop and drop and drop and, okay? And from there, we have a grapevine, standard stuff. We're going to layer a few things on top of it, okay? So the grapevine, we're going to the right first, and that means we're going to put the left foot in front of us first. And it goes 1 and back and forward and back, okay? Couple things about that. The hands, we're going to do, while we do our grapevines, we're going to face the corner, face the corner, face the corner, face the corner. And what are our hands doing during that? They're in our nice resting on a pillow position, except we're going to put them down and twist up and palms down and palms up, okay? That's kind of like a Mahmoud Reda style reference, okay? And the same way, when we go this way, when we go to the left, our right foot is going to start in the front. We go cross, side, back, side, cross, side, back, side. Now, another little icing on the cake you can do here is my classic Phaedra, roll the hip through, okay? So what's going on, I'll face the camera and do it real quick, is we go forward, roll through, and back, and forward, roll through, and back. So then it adds another layer to the grapevine. So here's a grapevine, normally 1, and 2, and corner, okay? But in belly dance land, we're going to push through and circle back, and push through and circle, right? So let's do it facing the mirror so we're all on the same side. And we have forward and back, and palms down and palms up. And then the second half of this phrase, we have step forward left and back and wash your face. Okay, so the thing with that is we put the hip forward and back and, okay, just practice that for a second. And the arms up and down and up and down. Now in a more advanced way, you can add a shimmy in there, okay? So we have shimmy and when I do that shimmy, I'm on kind of a demi point, so it's just not like a flat shimmy, okay? So we have, from the grapevine to the right, we have left foot forward and palms up and down and up. Now we have shimmy and back and wash your face. So all that is a 3-point turn back to center, which in this case is to the left. So we're over here and we have left, right, left. And then when I say wash your face, we're here. We're going to take the right arm and sweep it over the face to get back to center. And then we have a little arabesque lift to prepare the other side. So arabesque, remember, what I always say about arabesque is it's a vertical, not a horizontal movement, right? When we become horizontal with an arabesque, which is an exaggeration there, it's not like a flying Superman, right? It's vertical motion, okay? We squeeze up, okay? So lift there. All right, so in the grapevine part, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, forward and back and wash your face. Lift. There's a little lift in the arabesque. On the left side, of course, then we start with the right foot forward. We have forward and back, same palms. And now on this corner, the right hip is going to come up. We have push front and back, and that's the right hip to the left corner, right and back. Okay, again, we can layer a demi-point shimmy on it. Same thing, back and forth, okay? Actually, I think that typically I do more of up and back. So these are the same sort of arms that we do during our stretch with Formidable, that song, okay? So we have forward and back, and now we brush your hair. So what is that? Brush your hair. What's happening is you take that right arm again, and you come from the back. Okay, so the first time, the right arm washed your face, and the second time, the right arm brushes your hair, and in a lift to prepare. Then, you'll see in this song that the phrase that comes after this has varying lengths, okay? So you have to just really listen to the music when she's gonna wrap up the phrase, okay? Because you'll see it has varying lengths, so there's a different amount of arabesques we can get in there. Speaking of that, so we come from our arabesque here, and then we walk, 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 something, walk, 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 something, walk, 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 something back to center, because then we're going to start the thing again. Now here are some variations on that walk, 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 something, okay? Sometimes we can do our classic. We just left it here, so we'd start with the left. We would do our classic left, right, left, and then the hip would go lift, reach, drop, and it brings you forward. Lift, reach, drop. 1, 2, lift, reach, drop, da, da, lift, reach, drop, right? So we have here, arabesque, and we go 1, 2, 3, lift, reach, drop, 1, 2, 3, lift, reach, drop, 1, 2, 3, lift, reach, drop, 1, okay? That's our first variation. The second variation is probably the simplest of the arabesques, okay? All we're gonna do there, we came from our arabesque with the left hip, we could go walk, 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 lift the hip, walk, 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 lift the hip, and we want to open to the audience, walk with the hip, walk, walk, walk with the hip. And then we can do also a classic arabesque in here. So we come from an arabesque with the left hip up, and we would go 1, 2, 3, arabesque, 1, 2, 3, arabesque, 1, 2, 3, arabesque, ha, ha, ha. And when we come back to the center, so those are your 3 variations you can do for home practice. When we come back to the center, we do something I call West Coast swing, because the belly dancers on the West Coast were the first ones that I saw, like the belly dance superstars and people who are West Coast based were the first ones I saw to do this move. And what it is, I'll do it towards you. It is hip, chest, up. So the hip comes over in a sort of Maya way, hip, chest, up. And the chest follows it, so hip, chest, up. And you see that the chest is actually doing kind of a figure 8. We sway over and down. So figure 8 with just 1, 2, 1. That's a normal figure 8, right? We're gonna let the hip lead this one. 1, 2, 3. It's kind of a stacked sway down, you could say. And then I'm just gonna do some windmill arms, okay? So if I did it on this side, it looks like 1, 2, 3, and we're ready to dance again, okay? Or the side, we have 1, 2, 3. So back arm, forward arm, up. Same thing here, 5, 6, here we go. Back arm, forward arm, up, and we're ready to dance again. Drop, kick, drop, kick. So I think that's all you need to know what we're doing on this advanced warm-up song. I hope you're enjoying yourselves, and let's move on with our lives and do some more choreography stuff.